Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me on my first YouTube video. My name is Jonathan, uh, and hopefully it's the first of many cooking videos that I'd like to do for you guys. Um, I think it would be a horrible thing to not start a first video of cooking without showing you guys how to make sofrito. Sofrito is a staple in most Spanish dishes. It is, to me, the spice of life. Um, it smells so good. It tastes so good. It makes the food taste good. And if you don't use sofrito now, are you really cooking? Um, I'm not one to embrace a culture and all that. I don't speak Spanish. I know that's terrible. I know a lot of Spanish speakers look at me and they're like, "What's wrong with this guy?" Unfortunately, a lot of New York Ricans are like that. They don't speak Spanish. I wasn't really taught Spanish, but I definitely enjoy Spanish food. I mean, come on now. So if it comes to Spanish stuff, I definitely know how to cook. I went to New York City College of Technology for hospitality management. I learned some skills there. Didn't finish, but that's okay. My passion has always been cooking. At 6 years old, I started to make eggs. That was the first thing I learned how to make, and then from there it just went on and on and on. And lately, I've been making pizza. I'm waiting on a pizza oven to come in. Definitely, my wife just ordered me a new pizza oven, a uni oven, for Christmas, which is on back order right now. Should be coming in about February, so I can't wait for that to come in. I'll definitely show some videos on that. But today, the sofrito. So it's hard to find these ingredients, in some places. If you have any Spanish markets by you, that's great. If you live in New York, there's definitely a lot of Spanish places, especially in the Bronx, Lower East Side, Manhattan. I live in Connecticut, and I work in New Haven, and the best thing to find all the spices that I needed was in Seatown. So I'm pretty sure if you go to a supermarket like that, you should be able to find that. Anywhere you have Spanish stuff around you, you should be able to find these ingredients. So pretty basic stuff. What we have, we'll start off with the easy stuff that everybody knows. We have a red pepper. We have a green pepper, so red and green bell peppers. We're gonna do garlic. I'm gonna wind up, cutting this up using the whole bulb of garlic. I have a Spanish onion that we're gonna use as well, or a sweet onion. We have cilantro. We have the name for this is ají dulce. These are little sweet peppers. If you can't find these, you can use the little peppers in a bag. That'll also work for you too. And we have culantro, which is also called recao, especially, excuse me for my Spanglish. This is like the cousin of cilantro, but you can obviously tell that they are different in texture. When you get these, make sure you wash your vegetables. I'm pretty sure you saw like little water droplets coming out because I washed them ahead of time. If you want to do like a double or triple wash, that's great because they come very dirty. All this stuff, I mean, just now, it smells so good. And I haven't even mixed it yet. But you can put this in a food processor. You can put this in a blender. I prefer the blender. The blender does come a little bit more of a watery texture. The food processor will give you a little bit more of that clumpiness. So it just depends on what your preference is. You can put oil in there a little bit. You don't have to put oil. I'm just, talking this stuff ahead of time. I'll get to everything afterwards. You can put it in the fridge. I like to put it in a mason jar in the fridge. It lasts for a little while. Or you can even freeze it. Some people put them in ice cube trays and they freeze them. And one ice cube usually equals about a tablespoon. So depending on what you're making, it's good to have, on the side. So I'm going to get all this concocted here. Going to start cutting things up. And then we're going to drop it in the blender. I will be right back and show you everything when it's processed. All right, so we're back here. I'm going to start off with the onion. As you see, I've already cut off the ends, which we obviously don't need. And what I did was I scored it right in the middle here. So what I'll do is I'll make it easier for me to just peel that onion right off. Now, you know, might have lost about a little bit of the onion, but it's not that big of a deal because we have a whole onion that we're going to use. Now, for me, I feel like it's important to uniformly cut the onions. So hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to start tearing up here. But if you, not just cutting the onions, but uniformly cutting all your vegetables. So if we could try to see if I can do this here. I like to score it so that they're all going to be cut the same. Now, mind you, it's all going in the blender, so it really doesn't matter how you do it. But if everything is uniformed, it makes it a lot easier to break down, especially if you're putting in a food processor. So we got that out the way. Now we're gonna get the onions.
Also, don't forget to subscribe.
Well, that's my son right there, telling you guys to subscribe. Of course, you know, he's helping me with my YouTube videos because he's an awesome YouTuber.
Yeah. Even I'm gonna tell more to subscribe, and then I'm gonna become the most coolest YouTuber with only a few videos, and also become the best YouTuber.
Yep. Soluble Parrot 31. You go follow him on YouTube. My YouTube somewhere below there. I'm already starting to tear up, so excuse me while I go wash my face. All right, so we're back. One thing that I forgot to mention that I definitely did not do, and what you guys should do, is rinse the onion. If you rinse the onion, you're less likely to get that oniony, teary eye feeling. So right now we're going to do the garlic. So what I like to do is I cut the ends off of the garlic, get the bulbs here. Now, if you have a garlic press, you know, you can use that, of course. What I like to do is put the garlic here on the corner, and I'll take the flat end of the knife and just smash it down. I'm sure you heard that little crushing. Now, what that does is that takes off the skin pretty easily. And of course, when you do it on YouTube, it doesn't want to show you that way. But as you can see, that skin is coming right off. And there's your bulb right there. So I'm going to go and do that for all the garlic heads. And we're going to get to the next vegetable. All right, so we're back here. We got the garlic out of the way. The onion's already cut. One thing that I like to do when I'm cooking is making sure that my plate, so to speak, is clean. You know, if I'm using a cutting board or whatever the case is, I don't want to have multiple things on there. It's always good to start off fresh. So, you know, whenever I'm done cutting something, I put it to the side, move on to the next thing. Especially if you're making, like, switching from vegetables to meat, definitely make sure that you clear your plate off and you know, clean your cutting board, because you don't want that cross-contamination on there. But here we go. We got our red bell pepper right here. What I like to do is cut off the top. So we get this little thing out of here, and I also make a slice at the bottom and get that out of there. And we get off the little insides.
I just wanted to tell you, you can join Water Village, a server of mine that I made. And please friend me on Minecraft, and please join Water Village, which whenever I play it, because it is the best. It is the best village in the world. I need to expand and people. Plus, I need more friends to join me. So please, if you're watching this video, to do it.
All right, you heard the man. All right, so again, we're gonna go with the uniform cuts. We want to make sure that when we're putting this together, that it's all cut really good, so that when it blends up together, it's gonna blend up nice and well. Of course, be careful when you're cutting. You don't want to cut your fingers, because that would be terrible to do. And that would definitely be terrible for me to do while I'm trying to do this YouTube video. If you have a serrated knife like this one, this is very good to use on vegetables. Cuts very well. As you can see, I'm also going with washing my vegetables. We got the green pepper here, same deal. You want to cut the top off. That's what I like to do. And you can see, look, that little thing already gone from outside. Cut the little piece at the bottom. And, you know, minimal waste here. I'm already good with that. So I'll score this pepper in the middle. And then what I'll do is I'll take it, put it the long way. I'm gonna do some cuts. And then we're just gonna cut it the long way on the opposite side. So once again, it's uniformly cut, especially with the red peppers. If you're gonna cut one vegetable one way, make sure you cut it the same way for all of them. I'm trying to be very careful. This is a brand new knife set that I had purchased for my wife for Christmas. This is my first time using them, so sorry babe, she didn't see it yet. And I'm definitely not trying to cut myself here. There, and we're gonna go with our cilantro. Make sure, like I said, if you're gonna wash it really good. I already washed mine, but as you see, I'm double washing it. Good thing is here we got a little rubber band on them, so I kind of, for me, I use that as like my cutting point. I've seen, you know, other people where they'll take it and kind of like break it in half and use the stems. Me personally, I don't like the stems, so I don't use them. So I'm just gonna throw them out. Again, whatever you want to do, that's your personal preference. Now with the culantro and the cilantro, which I'm about to get out, I put these in the blender first. Don't ask me why, it's just what I do. It's green. I like to get that green consistency, so I feel like if that goes in the bottom, that's going to be the base. At the end of the day, it's all going to mix together, but I guess that's my own personal preference. I like to put the green stuff at the bottom, and then I'll mix everything else afterwards. We're going to get that out the way, and we're just going to continue on with the culantro. And then I'm gonna get to the cilantro, but you know, for this purpose, we'll get the cilantro out right now, just so we're not gonna keep stopping the video. Now, for you, you're not gonna see this video stop. For me, I'm gonna keep stopping the video. And you know, bear with me. This is not some high-tech YouTube experience. This is my first video, like I said before. So, as the videos go along, I'll be able to do better things. I don't have high-tech equipment. I'm just using my iPhone. I don't have video editing software, or I'm not like a graphic designer or anything like that. But if you guys like my videos and comment, and I'll take whatever suggestions I can get. If you like what I'm doing, I'll keep going on, and we'll see what we can do with getting some better equipment. Getting some better editorial things. But until then, you just got to deal with it. So cilantro right here, very leafy, has a lot of these stems. I don't like the stems. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use.
Stop the video real quick.
Nope, you gotta wait.
Okay.
We're gonna cut that off, and all these stems right here. I mean, you might have some leaves here. You could take those off. You can so you're not wasting. But the rest of this stuff, trash. Last but not least, we have the ají dulce. Now, as you can see, these, when they come in, they have like a, kind of like a pepper. I mean, they are peppers. They have like little seeds inside. So what I do is I cut the little stems off. You can see the cuts already made there. Cut the little stems off, and what I'll do is I will take these and push them outward. And that'll get rid of like the little stem inside. Then I kind of throw them in a little pot here. I'll rinse them up, and that'll get all of these stems out before I put them in the blender. All right, guys, here is the fun part, the blender. So we're gonna take some of this cilantro here. Let's see, I kind of snapped it in half there. We're kind of gonna try to do it in batches. We don't want to put everything all at once, just in case you don't have enough room, or it doesn't come out the right way that you want it to. I'm gonna take these cilantro and put that in there. Now what I have here is my batch of peppers and onions. We're going to use that. And we have the ají dulce, so I'm going to throw some of those in there. Remember what I said with the greens going together first, which is just my personal preference. So that's why I put these sweet peppers in there. Excuse me while I get the onions and peppers out of the way, because I had them wet and I did not drain them, and we're going to drain them now. So we're going to take our green onions, peppers, garlic mixture. We're going to throw that in there. As you see, it's already filling up to the top. And like I said, we're doing it in batches. And one of my secrets that I like to use for my sofrito is avocado oil. Now this one kind of already, you can kind of see it there, avocado oil. Any brand will do. Just put basically a cap full, because that'll give it a little bit of that consistency, a little bit of the wetness, just so it blends well together. We'll put that lid on that baby, and we're going to blend this sucker here. We don't need it at a high rate. So I have a Ninja blender right here. It gives me a 1, 2, and a 3. I'm going to use a 1. And let's blend it. Stop that blender there real quick, because we're going to put some more stuff in, because we got room now. Just going to put the rest of that culantro and cilantro, stuff that in there real good. Going to add it once again. We're going to do the rest of the ají dulce, the sweet peppers. And top it off with the rest of the pepper, green pepper, red pepper, onions, and the garlic. Now the garlic I left whole in cloves. That one I did not cut up. I love the smell of garlic. I love the taste of it. I didn't want to cut it up and get all the aroma out, so we left it whole, and we're gonna leave it like that. And we can pop this sucker back in. And so as you can see, this sofrito is actually blending up pretty nicely. Looks good. You can see all of the ingredients in there together. It smells so good. So I was gonna steal somebody's catchphrase and say, "And there you have it," but I'm not trying to get a lawsuit on my first video. So we have the finished product here, the sofrito, and you would not be in a Spanish kitchen if you didn't already have some kind of tub to put it in. I think I touched on earlier, I put it in a mason jar, but my mason jar is already full of sofrito. And I needed to make another one, and I'm doing this for you guys. So we're gonna put it in a nice little tub that everyone will think it looks like water, but it's really not. And here is your sofrito right there. We're gonna get that for you guys. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at the consistency. It's perfecto. Just gonna spoon out the rest of this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't enjoy making sofrito or just enjoy time in the kitchen, I gotta question you on what your hobbies are and what you really like to do, because I can tell you right now, yeah, this was fun making a video, but not as fun as actually just making this sofrito. It is so relaxing to me. It takes my time away from other things, especially everything that's going on in the world with coronavirus, pandemic, people out here losing jobs, and, it's tough. You can't really see your families. Holidays are not the same. Everyone's going through rough times right now. And if you could find that escape just to take you away a couple minutes, for me, this is mine. And if I can help you get through that just by doing this video, then it makes me feel good too. So there's your sofrito right there. It's good. I mean, for it being in the blender, look at that consistency. It's actually pretty clumpy. And, I use it at like I said, at a 1. So we don't want to, get it all crazy up in there. We still have this sofrito in the top. So I want to get all of it out. I don't want to waste any sofrito there. But, I'll work on getting a sign off on these videos. I gotta, put in my own catchphrase or whatever the case is. But I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time out of your busy days. Whatever it is that you're doing, you stopped here to watch me. I appreciate it. You can give me a thumbs up. You can give me a thumbs down. I'll take any kind of feedback. I'm not doing it for popularity. I'm not doing it for notoriety. I'm just doing it because it's what I love to do. And, it doesn't get more real than that. I want to becoming famous or whatever the case is. And, that's just a perk that comes along with it, and that'll be great. But, you can put that in the comment section what else you'd like for me to do. If you want me to continue my videos, I definitely will. If you don't want me to do it, guess what? I'm still going to do it. You don't have to watch. And again, thanks. I'll be looking forward to making the next video. And I'll see you guys in YouTube land pretty soon. Enjoy.